Chemung, New Jersey, 1993. To most people and sports fans would be known as the night the Toronto Blue Jays beat out the Philadelphia Phillies at the World Series.
Now the 2-2. Well hit down the left field.
But to three close friends, it would be known as a night of surprise and horror within the realm of the strange and unusual. This is Strange or Stranger.
I remember those times well. We were great friends, always hanging out, trying to talk to girls, playing pranks in the car, and throwing rocks at deer. Yeah, we're just guys in our 20s, we lived in our parents' basements, except for Mark. He lived in his grandmom's because his parents died in a freak quilting accident. That time particularly was really hard for Mark. I mean, it's no excuse for what he did, but you can't help but feel for the guy.
Yeah, that was a great year for me. I had a lot of freedom and some great friends. My grandparents felt bad for me, so they pretty much bought me whatever I wanted. Everything was going great up until after that night. October 16th, 1993, on a Friday.
It was a Saturday. I had the usual setup. I dusted my TV off. I had premium chips and salsa, and I had my favorite Bee Gees record ready to go.
I came in about 2 innings into the game. The only people that were there were Paul and Steve. Steve had his camera too.
Yeah, I remember Mark coming in halfway through the game. He was pretty upset about the turnout. There was just the three of us. Paul promised there would be girls there, but there wasn't. Paul, he always promised there was going to be a big turnout at his parties, and Mark just always seemed to believe him.
I expected a big turnout.
Sure, Mark also didn't appreciate that Paul was playing his BG records over the game. That didn't help.
He started playing disco music over the game. You don't do that. He said it would lighten up the mood of the party. More like 3 grown men in a shed.
I thought we all having a good time. I was really in the disco back then, and it was making a comeback that year in a big way. So I just wanted to make sure these guys were on board before they missed the train.
Yeah, I walked over there and flipped that gay-ass record off the turntable. You don't play that during my game. It's the World Series.
When Mark threw the record, that was the tipping point between those two. It was never the same since.
No, but who does that to the Bee Gees? All right? No one does that to my Bee Gees. By this point, I was pretty fuming, so I did something that I don't usually do. I made a sports bet.
I knew this was my chance to let Paul know who was in the right for once.
Paul doesn't know sports.
But I knew I had a 50-50 chance of pissing off Mark, so I bet him $20 that the Toronto Blue Jays would win the World Series. Well, I like the bird, the Blue Jays, so that was a no-brainer. I'm not really sure what a Philly is. I think that might be some sort of a mongoose or something.
Phillies for life.
So this is when the bet happened. They both crossed salsa chips in agreement that the winner would be awarded $20.
See, I was pretty mad at Mark for disrespecting my Bee Gees like that, but I tell you the truth, I was pretty exhilarated from the whole experience.
Never actually seen Paul watch sports before. It's never really his thing. He was more of a, I don't know what the fuck Paul likes, to be honest.
Toward third. He'll come around to score. Molitor into third with a triple.
It was getting towards the end of the game, and then the TV went straight to static. My dad always pays the cable bill, so I knew something was up. And that's when it happened.
This upcoming footage may be inappropriate and or disturbing for some viewers.
Hey. What the hell? What the fuck is going on?
It was the brightest light I've ever seen.
So then we walked outside, and still to this day, I don't know what happened after that. I don't know.
This footage is unedited and undoctored.
What the hell was that? What's going on, man? What is that? I don't know. It scared the hell out of me. What is that?
So I woke up 3 weeks later in a field, half naked, with nothing but a shirt and underpants on. I find out that the Blue Jays won the World Series. First thing I do is I walk to Mark's house and they collect my $20.
Mark acted like he never made the bet.
Yeah, I didn't make a bet with Paul.
Yeah, we got you on camera saying you did.
You're bluffing. I never did.
I couldn't believe it. We crossed chips. We bonded the bet in salsa. And he acts like it never happened. Acts like it never happened. I was furious. So I'm just yelling on Mark's stoop, half naked, and the cops show up. And I'm trying to explain to them what's going on, but by the time I get to alien abduction, they stop believing me. They stop listening. And I said I had proof. Apparently Steve lost the tape.
Around that time, I was really bad at putting tapes back in their covers, and I thought I had mistakenly taped over Paul's abduction with my favorite episode of The Nanny. You should have seen my face 6 months ago when I thought I was going to watch me some Franz Drescher. Boy, was I surprised. Paul was not happy.
I felt the whole world, no, the whole universe against me. So I decided to move. Haven't been back in 23 years.
Best day of my life.
Do you miss Paul?
Nah.
Yeah, I do miss him. You know, I would have given Mark $20 just to give to Paul, but he wouldn't take it.
Yeah, of course I miss him. But I just can't forgive Mark for what he did.
To be honest, I really don't recall too much from that night.
I got paid so much for that tape.
You know, you think the alien probe would be the thing that hurts the most? But it wasn't. It was Mark's attitude. That's what it was.
I really don't know what to say to the guy. I guess it's one of those things that I'll find out when I see him, I guess, you know. I remember this place. We used to play basketball over there. I guess the kids down the street. Ah, shit, that must be him now.
Ew. No, this is not as easy as I thought it would be.
It's been a long time, man. I don't know what's gonna happen today. If I know Mark, he's got something planned. Good or bad, I don't know.
Hey!
What, buddy?
Long time, huh? Yeah. You look good.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera. This is the same camera, too. This is like a whole... It's a reunion with electronics and...
I'm doing my own documentary.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing, fellas? Hey. Long time no see. Hey. How you doing, big boy?
Good, I'm good.
I like the shorts.
Hey.
How you doing, Paul?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Long time, huh?
Yeah, definitely a long time.
Yeah. So I know I'm 23 years late, but got a little something for you.
This is the $20?
That's the $20. That's all they can count it. You know?
I don't have to count. This guy right here.
Let me get one for my documentary. My buds.